So it's 4 weeks since we were last here doing our watering video, and since then all we've done is water, water and water, more or less every single day. If you remember last time we were here, we went on with some Pro Grace and some wetting agent. We had some really horrible patches over there which have come through really nice. I'll show you those shortly. We've not done anything other than water. So today what I thought we'd do is we get on with some micro renovations in the form of a Verify, get some granular products on and some liquid products to see us on for the next stage of the year. We're in total control of this lawn now. We've had a few scary moments where it has dried out quicker than we thought, but we're back on top of it. So first thing we'll do is we'll get the Verifier out and we'll verify this lawn. So let's just have a walk over. So this area here has dried out yesterday, but I just turned up just in time. That was Sunday, World Cup final day. So I was here in the afternoon. I went to Blackpool, came back, stopped off on my way back and watered some more. Just got home in time for the kickoff. So I was here, so you can see there, a bit of a brownish patch. But this area just suddenly went. I don't know why, but maybe we've been concentrating on keeping this bit alive with the water that we've got, and we've just been neglecting this, and that has then decided to go. So over here, if you remember last time, just show you how it looked last time we were here, and it recovered really well. So you can see the difference. We have a look from 4 weeks ago. Put the Pro Grace and wetting agent on, that's everything, and it came back an absolute treat. Over here, under the tree, this has dropped loads of spinning jennies, but I have just been over with the hater and picked it all up, ready to start. So you can see, just got these bald areas here. I'm not sure, it must drip off the tree when it rains, but we've not had any rain, so it's getting worse. So maybe we've got leather jackets there, but that's one of the areas we're going to be repairing. Under here, just a little bit there, and then over there, and then in a couple of weeks I'm going to get a nice fresh edge on this lawn. So that's it for this lawn so far. So let's get that Verifier out and let's get verifying. Okay, so if you're new to the channel, this is a Verifier new cartridge from Ali, and today this is the perfect day and why we invented the Verifier. We don't want a verticut because it's not aggressive enough, but we don't want a Scarify because that would be too aggressive. So this Verify cartridge is a mixture of both. So we get the verticutting action that we're looking for, but we also get the scraping action of the scarifying tines, which are going to drag all that dead stuff off the floor, which is what we're looking for. So the feed and everything can get through and give us new growth going into the next few weeks. So I've set it on number 0 on the white side, and that is for the cartridges. But remember, when you use that, to put it back up, because we don't want to scalp the lawn after, because we'll be going on with the cylinder cartridge straight after. So let's do a couple of passes and we'll show you what it leaves behind and what it pulls out. Okay, so I just did a bit of a test run on the 0, but it just wasn't quite taking enough up. So I've just dropped it down to 5 and we'll see what that does. I think we'll be absolutely fine because I've done it everywhere else. And we really do want to take some stuff out because this hasn't had anything done to it now for about 8 weeks, I think. So it is genuinely in need of some kind of action. So I'll just come down here, do this side, and we'll do 2 passes and I'll show you what we pulled out. And what the most important thing is that, or incredible thing, is that you'll see what we pulled out, but you'll also see we've got a lawn left behind. Okay, so this is what we pulled out just in those 2 passes. So it's very cool actually, even though it's warm on the lawn. If you remember last week at Steve's, it was red hot. And that's because maybe there wasn't enough water in there, but it was so thick. But this is relatively cool. But if this was to get hot, you can see how sweaty it would become. If we just leave this in, all our new growth is going to come on top of this, and it's going to grow on this sponge layer, which is your thatch layer. That is what, all this dead stuff is what creates your thatch over time. So it's important we get this out every so often, just to stop it gathering speed and gathering depth and getting a spongy lawn, especially on your bents and your fescues. Okay, so let's just have a look at what we pulled out. 1 pass. Now we could just keep going and pulling more and more stuff out, but you've got to draw the line somewhere. So we'll just draw the line at 1 pass and just consolidate what we've got. We've got enough out today. And this is something we can do every so often going forward, just to keep on top of it. But just because it's just been a little stressed, we don't want to do too much damage because we've got more stress going on now. When you feed your grass, that is a stress in itself. Even though we're going on with plenty of water after, still stresses it out a little bit. So just one pass today and we'll see how it looks. So what I'm going to do now is, you see, it's just start, well, I don't know if it's starting to dry out or just where the damage was from yesterday. But what we can do is we can stand on it and it comes back, so that's just damage from yesterday, but that'll be fine, as we've seen. Caught it just in time. So up close now, we can see we're a lot freer. You can see the groove lines from the Verifier ever so slightly, which is great. Form of aeration. We don't need to go driving a fork in or anything like that today, or ever in my lawns. We're looking all right. We're looking all right. So what we'll do is now, because we've raised it up a little bit, I'm going to go up and down doubles with the rotary just to get this grass down somewhat, and then we'll go left to right with the cylinder and put the stripes back in what we're going to finish with, and then go on with some products. And because we got the chance today, because we've done the Verifier now, we can go on with some wetting agent H2Go granules, because these ain't going to get vertical up. If we'd have done it last time, we'd be scraping it all up now, which is going to happen, of course, sometimes, but that wetting agent aspect of it, which is what it is, has been washed off, and that zeolite which was left behind, some of it will have found its way through, but some of it will have found its way into the bag, of course, and now be in the bin. But it is what it is. As long as the wetting agent's off it, that is fine. So I've just set this at 22mm. Don't want to be taking too much off. I'm not interested at the moment, or really ever, in trying to chase target heights. I know some of you, that's like your number one thing. How tall is it? How high is it? How short is it? But it's just whatever looks nice. Whatever looks nice for you, whatever looks nice at the time, whatever the conditions are, whatever you're doing. It's not all about getting it as short as you can. You've just got to hope that these stripes match up with the width, even though I've gone the other way with the rotary. I have been cutting this way just with the rotary. Ever since we were last here, all I have done is cut with the rotary and water, that's it. Not been interested in getting it looking nice. I mean, it has looked nice, but it's not looked like beautiful stripes all the time. Just because literally it's relentless at the minute. It's supposed to be cooler now. It's supposed to be like 20 degrees and cooler, but it feels hotter than last week when it was 27, so I don't quite understand why that is. I'm not sure. But it's nice, I'm not moaning too much, but it's getting to the point where I just can't keep on top of this watering regime everywhere, because it's all on me. It's not something like nobody's going to pay me to come and water every day, because it's me driving it. Here I do. I told him when he first started, I said, look, I'm not coming all the way up here and paying for diesel and everything. He went, no, that's fine. I'll cover your diesel and everything. I just want a nice lawn. But for most others' lawns, it's me driving it. So if you go to pot, I've no videos to film. So I've got to keep it going, but it's hard work when you've got so many other things to do as well. Okay, cut done. You can just see the very fine lines. Wind's going to blow through there, lovely. Form of aeration. So even though it looks fine, maybe to some of you, to me, it needs more. So we're going to give it more. So next up, what we're going to do is we're going to go on with the, we'll go with the wetting agent granules first, and then we'll go on with the Equilibria, and then we'll mix up some liquids and go on with them. Quick look at the cuttings. Okay, fine they are. Sniff test. Nice. So a good height for these wetting agent granules on the rotary spreader is 24, because these only go on at 15 grams a square metre. So that is about right, 24. If you've got a drop spreader, I don't really have too much experience with that for dropping fertiliser, only seed really, so just weigh out what you need. If you've got the drop one, weigh out what you need and just go on at a low setting until you run out, and you might just find the correct one for you. But this one is about 24, and it doesn't matter if you do double dose or overdose or whatever. It's up to you how much you want to go on with. The more you put on, the more effective it'll be, but you get to the point where you are just kind of not wasting it, but you're just putting, you don't need to put all that on. So 24 on here, and you have to work it out for yourself on the drop one. Do you remember on the Wembley job a couple of weeks ago, we just put the whole bag on, probably 3 times as much, and nothing bad's happened there. I just put it on by hand, didn't I? But this is really, with alongside the, if you just put the liquids on, fair enough. But if you've got this working in the background, it really is double success. I just wish we'd have put this on here last time. So I'm hoping this time we can get more water through, and it'll save us watering every day. We can get that water lower down. But yeah, if you overdose or underdose in places, it's not going to get any, because there's no nutrition in it, it's not going to affect colour or anything like that. And if you've got areas like under this tree, for example, where you know it gets very dry, yeah, you can double up if you wanted, or triple up. So we'll do that. We'll just put a bit more under this tree, and I know along this bottom edge it gets quite dry as well. We've got this hedge here as well, taking all the life out of it. So we'll stop there. So that is the H2O granules put on. So now with Equilibria, I'm on 29, and I'm just taking it nice and easy, just watching that rainbow come out and not going too far with it because you'll get speckled in. So just nice tight forearms, nice strong forearms is the key here. And just watch where you're going with it, because you really don't want to be double dosing or anything in this kind of weather if water's not very accessible. Just take your time. Doesn't matter if it overspills at this point because it's no iron in it, so we can just get it on the path, no problem, then blow it off after. And that's that really. Just going to water this in heavy after. So just systematically using your stripes as your guidelines. I'll just quickly just go like this. Yep. 2, 4, 6, yep. Just count away. 2, 4, 6. Back on here. There we go, lovely. A couple of weeks, this lawn's going to be spot on. Okay, just going on with some liquids now in the tank today. We've got some water, we've got Dan's Summer Secret, we've got Grace, Orbit, Stella Sopro, Slow Grow, we've got Refine in there, and we've got, most importantly, H2Go Wetting Agent, and this is going to get that water through. Take the feeds with it, and we're going to get some great results. Water at depth is really important because it really helps that plant stay really healthy. Do all these things, there's feeds in there, but mostly there's things in there to help with the stress, especially with this dry area, which nearly lost yesterday where it dried out. So that's all we've got in the tank. I'll go on with the water after, as you'll see. But as you can see, it's a bit windy than I'd like, but just got to get it done. But other than this, it's going to be fine. On now with some water. I know what you'll say is, yeah, but I don't have a hose pipe that fires the water out this quick. No, but you do live at your house, so you can just put your hose pipe on with your sprinkler and just keep going out and moving it accordingly. I'm here once, I've got to get it on quick. I've not got time to hang around moving sprinklers and sitting in the van doing nothing whilst it waters and having to keep getting out and moving it around. So I've got this commercial setup, yes, but you live at your house, and that is the compromise. Okay, so I talked about fixing these bald patches. So I'm just going to pick out some of these spinning jennies because we don't want them germinating. Now the key here is to pre-wet, which we've done, so it's nice and soft, and then the water will act like a glue for the seed to stick to. You can use this, or I'll use the weasel on another patch just to show you the two, but I do prefer this one. Just create like a nice till. A little bit of seed. Don't need much, it's only a square metre, so really we need 50 grams. It's not even a square metre. So do that. And we've got the existing grass is going to bulk up as well with this feed that we just put on. So just put that on. And the good thing is with the holes, with the field compost on top, it's going to push it into them holes. It's going to germinate straight away. It's perfect conditions for it. We're watering every day anyway, so we're going to water it. We'll water it just before we go as well. And then when we mow it, we'll just press it down a little bit more. We will have to cut every other area, but we'll try and stay off this. So that is how you fill in a patch using seed slaughter, seed, and field compost. Okay, so we've just got another patch to fill in here. So this time I'm using this weasel, and it's best using it sideways to get you. So if you go like that, it doesn't really do much. If you do it sideways, you get much more benefit from it. And again, just pick up anything that might germinate. We don't want these sycamore growing everywhere. So there you go, same thing. Even less seed on this. Don't need to put a football pitch width on. That's it, a little bit. Grab field compost, sprinkle that on. Again, job done. What I'll do is, just because this field compost is a little bit dry, we'll just put a few of the wetting agent granules on top just to help that compost soak up the water. Same again over here. Nice. And we'll finish off with a bit of water. Just squeeze in the holes just to reduce the pressure a little bit. Lovely. Down here. Okay, so that's this micro renovation over. What we'll do is we'll leave this now for a couple of days, come back, give it a cut, keep watering, and then we'll pop back in 10 days from now. We'll have a look how it is, and we'll do the back. Then we'll get this right and this looking smart for then. So hopefully you've enjoyed this micro renovation. It's giving you the confidence to go and do your own. If you can keep watering, of course. If you can't, just hang on in there till we get some rain, and I've got a nice lawn fix video coming up. So join us here next time on Danny Hibbert Lawn Expert when we're doing something else lawn related. Bye for now.